Megatron Litro, Megatron Sakto. Sakto! Welcome back to Bubba Chuck 13, and we are back, and we have just finished the Warbotron week, but now from the giant robot we take a look at the small ones. So before we take a look at the core class Megatron, I would like to give a shout out to the following people who gave comments in my previous videos: Isa Cañere, Anika Ayen, Rachel Isma, Debbie Dalizo Wagan, Nornes. Thank you very much for leaving comments. And speaking of comments, you should comment down below, because the first 20 comments, or the first 20 commenters, will be drawn in the Wheel of Winners in the next video. But also still ask for your help to assist my friend, or give any assistance to my friend Marfe Hangao, leaving her details here. She's still undergoing chemotherapy in the Philippines, so it's not easy in the Philippines, so I hope you give her assistance. Now, let's talk about Core Class Megatron. And here's Core Class Megatron in its packaging. So as you can see, so the Core Class packaging is just this card back, and you can see Megatron in there. And then the product shots of Megatron at the back, not much on the top, not much on the bottom, and you can see on the side it just says Core Class. Done the packaging, it's time to take Megatron out of the packaging. So here's everything that comes in the box with Megatron. So as you can see, same as with the Core Class Rat Trap, it's got the same small instruction sheet, as you can see there, with a green, neon green, black and white. And then as you can see here, I really love this box art, even if it's just a card back, but the art is amazing. You can see there. And then comparing it to the box art of the Siege Megatron, I love how this Warforce Cybertron artwork looks like. So let's take a look at the artwork, and really great artwork of Megatron. And then now let's take a look at what comes with Megatron. So he's got his own gun over here, so it's a really small gun. And then here's Megatron himself, a really small Megatron, and he's got his fusion cannon, which I guess it's not detachable. And then for size comparison, here he is with Core Class Rat Trap himself, and they are the same size if you measure to the shoulder of Megatron, but I think from head to head this one's a little bit taller. And then let's bring in Netflix Megatron himself, so you can see the size comparison. So really small Megatron, and I like how this guy looks like. So let's take him out of the picture. So now let's take a look at Megatron himself, and he's now holding his gun. So I'm really impressed with these Core Class figures, even how small they are. They have these amazing paint details and sculpted details as well. It's really great face sculpt of Megatron, and I think this guy has a better face sculpt as compared to the regular Siege Megatron, in my opinion, and it's way better than the Earthrise Megatron as well, because as you can see here on the lower torso part, and comparing him with this guy, I had to paint the sides red. And then let's check out the articulation. This guy's head can turn 360, can't look up and down because it's not on a ball joint. And then his arms can move up and down, can't move 360 because it's hindered by this back piece. And then for the elbow, it's got a ball joint, so it can turn 360. It's got 90-degree bend. And what's great is on this one, it's got wrist articulation because of the transformation joint. And then on the other side, I don't think there's a wrist articulation on this one, but still great articulation for a figure this small. It's got waist swivel as well. And then this guy can kick forward that much, can kick backward that much. Got 90-degree bend on the knee and nothing on the feet or the ankles, but really great articulation for this guy. And for size comparisons, you can see I've already shown you with how he looks like with Megatron, and bring in my latest reviewed combiner. So let's compare him with Warbotron himself, and I like how this guy scales with Warbotron, as you can see there. Let's take out Siege Megatron, and it really looks the same, as I think it scales as good as in the cartoon. It's just my opinion, but I like how the scale of this core class is with the combiners and the Titan class figures. So let's take out Bruticus or Warbotron, and it's time we transform Megatron into his tank mode. So it's easy to transform Megatron in its tank mode, so you just straighten up the arms. And then on this one, as I've said, you've got a swivel which you turn around, so this black part is in the front, and same thing on the other side of his arm. So you turn his other arm around, so this black part is also showing, and the tab is on the side. And then you flip up the tank treads up over his head like that, and then there's a swivel here at the side on his back, so you use it to fold the shoulders in, and then you flip up his fusion cannon so it faces the front, and then you fold it together so this tab will slot into the hole of the fusion cannon over here. So you line it up all together, then you push in the tab so it locks both arms together, and then so you twist the lower part of the body so the feet are facing backwards and the tank treads are forward. And this is a great part of the transformation because it's a great engineering for a figure this small. So after you turn around the lower part of the body, you straighten out the tank treads, and then you see here there's slot here that will peg into the arms, so you push in both the pegs. And then on the lower part, this is the nice part of the transformation for a figure this small, so you just unpeg the lower part of the legs, and then you see there's a tab here which will tab into here as well when you fold it in. So it'll fold like this, and then you tab it in, you hear that, and then this part will tab into this side, the tank. So you have that, then same thing on the other side, just tab it in, then tab it to the side. Now you've done that, swing the tank around, so make sure everything's tabbed in, straighten up everything. And now you have his gun, you peg it into the front of the fusion cannon. And now you have Megatron in his tank mode, and he looks awesome and reminds me of a World War I tank, and I like how this guy looks like. So taking a look at the details of this tank, you can see there's fully detailed tank treads, but unfortunately there's no wheels. You can see the Megatron figure right on the bottom. The whole figure's just folded up, and then at the top it's a really nice silver gunmetal gray, and it's a really dark gray, and it's really looking great for this size. There's a lot of details which are awesome. For articulation, the turret can turn around this much, and then the cannon can also turn up that way because it's a fusion cannon for Megatron. So that's it for the articulation. It's time for some size comparison, and this is also the Dollar Tree Megatron, and it's a really small figure, as you can see there. And then here's the regular Siege Megatron. As you can see the tank, it's a pretty big one. Size comparison. And then let's bring in another core class figure, and here is Rat Trap. So that's it for the size comparison. It's a really nice compact Megatron with a lot of articulation. So that's it for my review for this core class Megatron. It's a really great figure, a great addition to your collection, and it scales really nice with the Titans. or any of the combiners that you have, because at this size it's really great with all the articulation, and the transformation is also awesome for the size that it is. I really like this figure and addition to my collection. So that's been Bobachuk14, and as always, celebrate life, be a miracle, and stay tuned for the Wheel of Winners, and here we go! And the winner is Wang Villanueva! Yahoo!